when I came up with the idea originally, I wasn't going to direct it. Joby Harold had written a script for us based on the pitch that I had. And so we had tried to put it together. Frankly, I thought it was, at the time, maybe too expensive, the way that we wanted to make it. And so it kind of went back to, into like development or whatever you want to call it. And then we kind of brought it around one more time, and Warner Brothers kind of had a look at it, and they still couldn't make it work and by themselves. And then finally, when I was at Netflix, I just off the cuff just started talking about this idea for, a group of guys going to like a zombie-infested Vegas to take the money that was left there. And they were like, yes, let's make that. That's a good movie. And when I sat down with Shay Hatton to write the script, I was like, look, I don't even want to look at the old script. I remember it. I just want to like write it out of my mind, out of my memory. And so we just started again. And the good thing is like, look, all the beats, like Scott is the father, what we find in Vegas, how we construct the wall, all that stuff changed slightly because of kind of where I had been in my life since we worked on it earlier. And so I think it just made for a more contemporary, more and stronger movie. And Netflix has been amazing partners and really been all in with this movie. So it's been cool.
So I want to circle back to some of the stuff that you said. One was Army of the Dead, the original name, or was there something else? Were there other things that you were considering?
I think it was always called Army of the Dead. I think there was a time when I wasn't the director where you kicked around some other names, but something like, I don't know, Vegas Rising, or I don't know, I can't remember, but don't hold me to that. But I was always a fan of Army of the Dead, so.
I love that name. And to get the time frame down, when did Netflix come into the picture? Like, set that scene for me. What was the time frame of when you mentioned Army of the Dead to them, and then Netflix going, oh my gosh, we need to go to Warner Brothers and acquire this film or make a deal?
It was a very tight window because like literally, I'm trying to remember, I think what year we shot, it was 2 years ago we shot the movie. So that would have been 2019. So we literally went into production so that was like the fall, I guess it was the fall of 18, right? And then, so in the fall of 18, we got the movie, or I pitched it, and then literally right into the new year, into the spring of 19, I was writing, and then we went into production immediately. So it was really quick turnaround.
When you first had discussions with Netflix, was the plan always for one movie, or was it to build out a universe as you're doing now?
I mean, I don't know. I think like, of course it was always in the script and in genre that there would be slightly a cliffhanger ending. So these are things that I think, as a piece of IP, it's always an amazing problem if there is and an uptown problem when there's an open-ended ending, so everyone gets excited by that. And then, but in the course of it, when we did doing the animated series and the prequel with Matthias, we really have built out the universe. So, who knows? It's kind of exciting and fun.
Yeah, I asked that because, so I write about The Walking Dead, and the entire series streams on Netflix. That's how many fans do their binges of the show. And it's been my belief for some time that like Netflix has been trying to find, maybe, I don't know about its answer to the Walking Dead universe, but like they wanted to get their skin in the zombie game. And we've seen Black Summer, Santa Clarita Diet, Daybreak, Sweet Home. Is Army of the Dead meant to be, I don't know, did Netflix hear your pitch for Army of the Dead, and did someone go, hey, we're looking for someone to build out like a zombie franchise for us. Like, we want you to be our guy, go wild.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really think about it in that way. I mean, that's amazing and that's cool. And we kind of have done that sort of, I think, organically. And I think that that's probably a good thing because we're not really forcing it. It's just like where it makes sense, it grows. And I think that that's really kind of the best way to approach something like this. I think the IP will kind of fill in the blanks if it's able to. And so as far as I'm concerned, I think that it's a really rich canvas. And even just, Shay and I talking about what happens after this is just mind-boggling. And I think that when you see the animated series and you sort of go on this journey to where the zombies come from, it goes on the scale is, you can't, it goes to a place that is, even just in the animated series, where you can't imagine. And I think that alone is, I mean, I think makes it into something else and something new and fresh.
So I've spoken with other content creators at Netflix previously about what attracted them to work with the streamer. A lot of people mentioned the freedom. What were you allowed to do at Netflix with this film and this universe that, say, Warner Brothers or a traditional studio wouldn't let you do?
I just think it's the relationship I have with the studio itself, and just the partnership is really one of trust. And they really were like, look, Zach, we want you to do your thing. So, you know, if this is the canvas that you chose to do it on, then by all means, let's see what you're capable of in that world. And that's really been the refreshing and kind of super exciting thing, that, you know, all the crazy decisions and all the sort of challenges that I put for the audience, the studio has been really excited about, you know, and really kind of encouraged. You know, it gives you that one little, you know, where a studio might go, that's too much, or like, let's not do that or this, you know, where I really feel like in the end, that's the why of making it. You know, that's what separates it. You know, you're going to get one person to watch the movie 3 times because they got taken into a world that's so immersive, and that's what I would hope for.
I wanted to not only watch a sequel after this, but also a prequel. And I know you mentioned there are some prequels in the works, including the animated series. You touched on this a little, but are there possibilities for sequels? And have you discussed those yet?
Yeah, that's what I was talking about when I was saying that Shay and I completely we've already figured out where the movies could go if need be. But, you know, one day at a time, as they say.